Hello everyone, this is Shashank Tyagi from Edukemy. Welcome you all to this session. I hope this message finds you fit and fine. Today we are going to discuss why political science optional is among the top choice of many successful aspirants and why many other successful aspirants came into the sharan of political science optional in second or third attempts. So before I introduce political science optional, my short introduction is there. My name is Shashank Tyagi. I've been teaching from last 7 years. Before coming full-fledgedly into teaching, which is my passion, I was working as consultant in Office of Minister Social Welfare, Delhi government. So I have experience to be on the both sides of the border, and that's why bringing both experiences into this learning experience which you people are having on this platform called Edukemy. Edukemy is working with this unique vision, and the vision is every student matter. It is easily said, right? But when it comes to execution, it requires passion. So I consider myself privileged to be part of this team, which is working in this symphony to give you the best of experience and you to elevate your level in life through this journey of your learning and clearing exam. So going ahead, when it comes to merit list, you have to pass through 3 stages in UPSC Civil Service exam. First is prelims, then mains, then interview. Okay. Now, where is optional? Optional is at second stage, right? So prelims is a screening test. It means the marks you gain in prelims are needed to pass the cutoff. Okay. Whereas when it comes to second and third stage, the total marks you gain, they decide your place in this final merit list. So I use the word marks you gain. It means your strategy, your expression in these stages. This is going to create the major difference. So why optional is an important decision? Out of this 1750 marks, I'm talking about mains examination, weightage of optional is 500 marks. 500 marks out of 1750, which is around 28.5%. So 28.5% marks in mains are coming, weightages of optional, right? If you, look the mark sheet of previous year toppers, you will find that if you are getting around 51 52%, then you are all India rank 1. So 51 52% will fetch you top ranks, because there are times when this was 53%, there were times when it was 51%, right? Now the point is, at 51% you are the topper, and 28.5% is the weightage of option. Okay, so it means it's a crucial decision. So what is the basis of choosing optional? We have made other videos, we have conducted sessions. Today I'm going to talk about why political science optional. Okay, if you have any other query, just shoot your message in comments. I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, so talking about political science optional, first point which make it a strategically a good decision is the syllabus coincides with large chunk of general studies. Political science optional have many elements which help an aspirant at prelim stage, also at the level of mains, at the level of interview. Let me elaborate. Whatever optional you are taking, okay, you need to be clear that what is the weightage of different sections at the level of prelims, at the level of mains, or what kind of questions are being asked in interview. Around 18 to 24 questions are asked from polity, governance, international relations. When I'm saying international relations, it means I'm talking about some questions in prelims are being asked on important institutions, international institutions, their reports. So political science, in political science optional, we cover a large part of polity. We also cover important international relations institutions, for example World Bank, IMF, WTO. We also cover many groupings, ASEAN, SAARC, APEC. Now the point is, I'm going to display the syllabus and how you can cover it. Okay. Now the point is, one idea is that if you have to cover these sections, no matter what optional you take, polity, these institutions, governance, okay, and if political science option is overlapping with this portion, so it makes political science optional as a good option. Okay. Another is at the level of mains. Just take a look on this slide. So we have 4 GS papers. In GS paper 1, the freedom struggle, effects of globalization on Indian society, social empowerment, communalism, regionalism, secularism. Wherever you find this ism means it is connected to some ideology. It reflects some ideology. In political science, we talk about origin of these concepts. Why secularism came into being, why regionalism, why communalism, and how they impact other social realities. We talk about these things in political science. So in GS paper 1, these portions are connected to political science option. So one by one, let me also give you reference of this specific syllabus. Okay. For example, GS paper 2. GS paper 2's main heading is governance, constitution, polity, social justice, and international relations. The total weightage is 250 marks. Out of this 250 marks, around 180 mark worth weightage is coming from political science option, because you in paper 1 section B in political science optional, you cover all these aspects. For international relations, no matter what option someone is having, but if you're having political science optional, we have a whole section dedicated to international relations, right? So zahir si baat hai कि if you're covering these international relations aspects in depth, it means you are going to have added advantage when you're writing an answer in GS paper 2. Okay. When it comes to GS paper 3, land reforms in India. In political science optional, paper 1 section B, we have this topic planning and economic development. We talk about Gandhian plan, we talk about Nehruvian plan, we talk about why land reforms, major land reforms failed in India. We talk about these aspects. Effects of liberalization on the economy. We talk about this in political science option. Why liberalization was, pushed at the international level as the only solution for world peace. Yes, liberalization was also connected with world peace along with economic development. So these areas are covered in political science optional. Role of external state, non-state actors in creating challenges in internal security. If any one of you is having difficulty in understanding these terminologies, then I would suggest that you should tune to this Edukemy YouTube channel and subscribe to it, and do attend the upcoming video. Go through that video in which I'm explaining each topic, subtopic, type of questions which are being asked in political science option. So it's a deep analysis. Okay. Then we have security challenges, which we also cover in political science option. Then we have GS paper 4. In GS paper 4, this heading, contributions of moral thinkers and philosophers from India and the world. I have use the bold in GS paper 2 because the whole GS paper 2, majority of GS paper 2 is connected with political science option. I use the word connected because if you are going through political science option, you are having added advantage. Why? Because we talk about the root of these concepts, which on which questions are asked in GS paper 2. Although when I teach political science optional, I also talk about the differentiation an aspirant should reflect an answer when you are writing a GS paper answer and when you are writing a political science answer. There's a differentiation in the way you answer. The core is one, but the expression changes, approach changes, right? So we will talk about these aspects also in upcoming videos. So first part is it coincides well with GS. Okay. Second is it's an interesting subject. And, it is one of the important reasons. Concepts are embedded in stories. Let me give you an example. So this is your syllabus. Paper 1 section A, right? Paper 1 section A, Western political thought. Okay. If we start, so we are talking about thinkers, Plato, Aristotle, Machiavelli, Hobbes. So whenever we talk about a thinker, we don't just talk about theory, what he has said. The nature of political science is embedded in stories. What was going on in the time of Plato? There was a war between Sparta and Athens was defeated, and this gave a mission to Plato. So everything, every concept which we have in political science has a story. Okay, and that's the beauty of this subject. Whatever topic you choose within this political science option. For example, if you choose this rights, so when you talk about polity, so in polity, okay, you cover, okay, these are rights, these are type of rights, these are fundamental rights. Okay, fundamental rights are placed in part 3 of our Indian Constitution. Okay, these are the some aspects which are connected to these fundamental rights. But when we talk in political science, we talk about the story, why rights came into being. अगर rights ना होते, so हमारी society कैसे different होती? So what were the prominent, who are the prominent thinkers associated with this conception of rights? We talk about these things. When you talk about this ideology, fascism, we talk about story of Mussolini, we talk about Hitler, right? Even if, when we talk about approaches in political theory, historical approach, traditional approach. So the nature of political science is why historical approach is needed, why scientific approach is needed, why traditional approach is needed. So there's a story behind it. Okay, because every idea has a time, has certain reasons, circumstances which gave birth to that idea, right? And in political science we talk about these ideas. Okay, so this is one added advantage, that concepts are embedded in stories. So you can revise this subject while you are on the move. Okay, you can revise about Plato, you can revise even about international relations, India and China. So what differentiates political science from the general approach is when a non-political science option student is covering this India-China part, so they may cover, okay, these are some important events, this happened, this was the reason, and this was the outcome. Okay, and some points, okay, what may happen, what possibilities we have in near future. But when it comes to political science option, we talk about India and China as civilization powers. Is history also matters the way China interacts with the world? Yes, there are some links. So whatever China is doing at Galwan, is it connected to some, some thought process which was prevalent already in Chinese civilization, which was, not showing up in past, you know, 30 years, you can say, but it was there. So we talk about these aspects so that you get a fair idea that whatever is happening, why that is happening. Okay, so everything is connected to stories, and all of you know that when you read a chapter, there are chances that you forget, some of the parts of that chapter. But whenever you watch some interesting movie or some TV series, even if I ask after 3 years what happened, what was the name of that character, you are easily recollect that. Why? Because these are stories. These are not some raw facts. These are not some raw theories which are there in movies and TV series, right? So similarly, this is the nature of political science. Okay, that's why retention is high. That's why it is considered that political science saves a lot of time. Once, at one point, it coincides. Overlapping syllabus is there. Even if you are covering this paper 1 section B, Indian nationalist movement, perspective on Indian nationalism, movement. So at that time, you have this thing in mind. Okay, if I'm giving this much time in political science optional paper 1 section B, I'm also covering certain aspects of GS paper 1 in mains. I'm also covering certain aspects of prelims, right? So this is one reason which make political science optional at top choice. Another is covers aspects of current affairs. All of you know that UPSC wants that you should have a sound understanding and a clear approach, a solution oriented approach on issues which are which are there around, right? For example, whether we talk about elections, whether we talk about COVID, whether we talk about security issues, whether we talk about developmental issues, so we are surrounded by issues. And UPSC wants some people who are pragmatic. Pragmatic means practical. Who are optimistic means solution oriented. And UPSC gives you this approach because you analyze a lot of things. Because when we discuss these stories in our lecture, your mind gets opened up. Okay, so this is why this issue is going on. If India is having caste and religion based politics, these are the underlying reasons. Only people are not responsible for that. There are some other reasons. If we tweak those reasons, then only we can bring tangible change. So these are current issues, and political science is giving you some lenses which broaden your vision and cover your current affairs. So whether you talk about prelims or mains or interview, can you cover any stage without having grip on current affairs? No. And political science, around 50-60% the portion is connected to current affairs. Our lectures are based on current affairs. So if you're having this optional, it means you're sharpening your X, right? Another reason is no need of background in this subject. And why I'm saying that? Because this is slightly non-technical subject. It's not technical, means you don't need any special knowledge or a special kind of background linkage to some uh, uh, bits. For example, if you're taking chemistry, if you're taking physics, you need some background. You need some base. That base is not needed. in political science optional. Why? If you are reading newspapers, you are aware and interested about what is happening around, then political science should be your choice. If you have considered other factors also. Other factors means you have good guidance, you have content, you have you have broadened your vision. Yes, these points are needed. I have these points, and yes, I'm good to go. So there's no need of background in this subject. Don't you think this is one advantageous point? Yes, it is. Now, many people think that okay, there may be some people who are from political science optional. They have done MA. They have qualified NET exam in political science optional. They may be having added advantage. No, this is not the case. In my last batch, there were 2 students who cleared political science optional. This NET exam. So they were eligible for being appointed as assistant professor. So I'm talking about last or previous batch, 2 years. Yeah. So the point is, after clearing NET from political science optional, they joined this batch, and they were saying, "Sir, we joined because we analyzed that UPSC's need is different from the need of postgrad based exams." Right? You need not to become Karl Marx when you're reading about Karl Marx. What your goal is, you have to be here. And how you can be here? You just need to analyze the trend. For example, if we talk about first topic of paper 1 section A, political theory, if you analyze the trend of past 3 years, the weightage given is that there will be one question, either from 15 marks or 10 marks. It means at max what you need is 210, means 210 words, which you can formulate in a better manner to express yourself according to the need of the question. But the point is, in political theory, what you need is, okay, what are the broad keywords in political theory? Okay, in political theory, there are some approaches, there are some perspectives, there are some questions, resurgence of political theory, decline of political theory. So we can broadly divide political theory into 8-9 type of questions which can be asked. Means 8-9 kind of themes which can be asked. And to answer these questions which are based on these 8-9 themes, what you need is around 2000 to 2500 words worth quality content. And for having this content, if you're getting this content readily available along with the program, you are also given model answers. You are getting evaluated on how you are approaching those answers. Don't you think there is no need to read a lot about this part, because only one question is going to be asked from you? And if you're just going with this flow, the way these programs are designed, the way sources are there, you're going to excel in this question, right? So you need not to use too much of your energy in a way where that much cost-effective benefit. So you should be clear how much input I'm giving and how much output I'm having. Okay, so this is where you are getting trained.